staged the JFK assassination just before he tried to kill Trump.
Then Veep surge.
I'm gonna run.
The renewed popularity of the TV show Veep.
After Kamala Harris takes center stage.
Joining us, let's take a look at some of the lead stories tonight. Government to crack down on public officials using insider info to steer contracts to themselves, friends, says VP. Pensioner injured in BARTICA fire. 6 arrested following major arms bust at Kitty. 10 million Canadian dollars project to push climate-smart, gender-responsive agriculture in Caribbean, and government pursues greater use of technology, AI, to improve health sector. Now for the news in detail. The government will be cracking down on public officials, especially those working closely with the tendering and procurement processes, who use insider information to steer contracts to themselves, family members, and friends. This was announced by Vice President Dr. Barry Jagdeo during an outreach to Berbice, where he also noted that the government will be looking into individuals who are benefiting from multiple contracts through the ownership of several companies. Gerald Bryan has our lead story tonight.
During an outreach to Region 6 East Berbice quarantine on Tuesday, Vice President Dr. Barry Jagdeo addressed issues concerning corruption in the public procurement system. For instance, Jagdeo spoke out against certain families hogging the majority of contracts while depriving others from benefiting. He also issued a stark warning to any government employees using inside information to steer contracts to their own companies.
The next thing is that we found the government, people who are working in government offices and who have a ton of contacts and stuff, especially if they're working around the tender board in the region. They're around the tender board, they must not have companies and be competing with others, because then they can violate the process. And I'm looking at that seriously. I just had a serious meeting with the regional administration across there, and I'm going to have a meeting with the regional administration here now to ensure that people are not steering contracts to themselves.
Jagdeo stressed that even the appearance of such conflicts of interest must be avoided. According to the Vice President, the government has no interest in defending anyone engaged in corrupt practices. Added to this is the fact that checks have revealed a large network of related contractors bidding for contracts.
We're not going to defend anyone for that sort of behavior if it proves to be true. We're never going to do that, because we have a bigger mission in this country, which is transforming it and creating opportunities for all of our people and ensuring that our children have a future that is unbelievable. That was the reason I wanted to gather you together, because I get all sorts of things. And whatever you tell me, I've been checking. I got them to check. As I told you before, of the 200, just under 300 contractors in this country, not in this country, in the region, you got 90-something with related companies. 90-something. We know. So we're checking it now. We're checking it. Every people will get help, but don't think that you're going to get past this.
It was only a few months ago that the Vice President announced a nationwide review of the procurement systems in a bid to clamp down on corrupt practices. Another issue the government will be clamping down on is the delay in processing payments for contractors who have completed their respective jobs. Meanwhile, the Vice President, in addressing Barbicians, spoke about the significant investments the government has made in the region. He referenced the major developments at Palmyra and the Molson Creek to Palmyra 4-lane roadway.
We have 125 playgrounds. 62 we upgraded. This year they have 400 million. I'm meeting the groups just now. And they have another 400 million to tackle the other grounds. Several are across the country, New Amsterdam, not across the country, across the region. Almost all the grounds being done. That's only in this area. There's so many things that are going to be done. Every contractor I speak with say we can't find labor. They can't find labor in the region. So already we've started seeing some of those things. And I remember 4 years ago, people didn't have work. They didn't have any work in this region. You remember, Gaisuko people were sent off, no money wasn't circulating. This region was going down. Had it not been for PPP resuming office, this would have been a dead region.
Joe O'Brien, The Evening News.
An elderly man who is said to be in his 90s was severely injured in a fire which erupted at his BARTICA Region 7 home today. The fire of unknown origin erupted at around 13 hours at the building located at 6th Street and 3rd Avenue. At the time of the fire, the pensioner, identified as Albert Hopkinson, as well as his daughter, were at home. The daughter managed to escape with minor injuries, but her father, who is said to be bedridden, suffered serious burns. He was taken to the BARTICA hospital for medical attention. Meanwhile, the local fire service was prompt in responding to the blaze. The firemen successfully ousted the fire and prevented it from spreading to nearby structures. The building destroyed is known by locals as the Old Hopkinson House, which previously housed a popular taxi service. We now tell you that an intelligence-led operation conducted by the Guyana Police Force today resulted in a major arms bust at Sandy Bab Street, Kitty, Georgetown, and the arrest of 6 suspects. Among the high-powered rifles seized are an AM-15 rifle, 2 Ruger 57 9mm pistols, a FN-45 pistol, a Smith & Wesson 9mm pistol, a Beretta 9mm pistol, a Springfield Hellcat 9mm pistol, a Canic 9mm pistol, a Glock 43 pistol, 5 Glock 19 pistols, 7 Glock 40 pistols, 2 Glock 17 9mm, a Glock 9mm pistol, a Glock 45 pistol, a 6 Sauer, a Pillimore 89mm pistol, and a Springfield Armory 45 pistol. These weapons and corresponding ammunition were found at the home of 47-year-old Ion Fagundes, a close vendor. Police headquarters said as the ranks entered the premises, the man was exiting the door of the house with a bag in his hand. He was confronted and a search unveiled a number of guns and ammunition. Fagundes was asked if he is the holder of a firearm license to carry the said firearms, and he responded in the negative. As such, he was told of the offenses committed, arrested, and cautioned. A further search was carried out in the house, but nothing else was found. However, a black Nissan Juke vehicle which was parked on the roadway and owned by his daughter and child mother was also searched. A suitcase, a golf bag, and a haversack containing a number of firearms and ammunition were also found in the car. Ion Fagundes was further told of the offenses committed and cautioned. A total of 26 handguns and high-powered rifles were found during the police operation. Meanwhile, in addition to Fagundes, the police also arrested the man's 22-year-old niece, his 66-year-old mother, his 48-year-old handyman, and his 2 sisters, aged 49 and 48. The firearms, ammunition, and magazines were taken to the police force's ballistics section to be examined, fume-marked, sealed, and lodged. The motorcar was also lodged. Investigations are in progress. Kelroy Williams joins us now to report that Guyana is among the first set of countries in the Caribbean that will benefit from the 10 million Canadian dollars project aimed at promoting climate-smart and gender-responsive agriculture sectors. Here is more.
Farmers and other stakeholders in the agriculture sector on Wednesday gathered at the Regency Suites Hotel in Georgetown at the Ministry of Agriculture in collaboration with the Canadian government and the Food and Agriculture Organization FAO launched the ambitious project. The 10 million Canadian dollars project will target 8 countries in the Caribbean, including Guyana, and is aimed at prompting gender-responsive and climate-smart agriculture. To kickstart the project, a workshop was hosted following the opening ceremony in Guyana. Speaking at the opening of the workshop was the head of development cooperation at the Canadian High Commission in Guyana, Adam Lawyer, who spoke about Hurricane Beryl and as such highlighted the importance of resilient agri-food systems.
In the aftermath of Hurricane Beryl, I would be remiss not to recognize the significant damage observed to agriculture, food security, and livelihoods of many farmers across the region. We support CARICOM's ambitions to increase the resilience of their food systems. to disasters and to other shocks by augmenting domestic food production through climate-smart agricultural practices and reduced dependency on food imports.
He further highlighted that the project underscores Canada's commitment towards empowering women and youths in the agriculture sector.
For Canada, this project represents an important commitment in line with our feminist international assistance policy. The active engagement of women and youth associations since the launch of this project is notable. We are optimistic that today will yield constructive ideas to set a solid foundation for the project in order to deliver on important results for women and youth farmers in Guyana.
Meanwhile, country representative of the FAO, Dr. Julian Smith, expressed that with Guyana's rapid economic growth, partnerships and programs like these are crucial. This project aligns with the region's 25 by 25 vision to reduce food imports by 25% by 2025. Kelroy Williams, The Evening News.
In order to build out a world-class healthcare industry in the country, the Guyana government is pursuing greater use of technology, including the use of artificial intelligence in the local medical field. Luanda McAllister tells us more.
The Ministry of Health, in collaboration with the Tony Blair Institute for Global Changer on Wednesday, hosted a digital health strategy meeting. Speaking at the event was Health Minister Dr. Frank Anthony, who spoke about government's efforts to revolutionize the health sector. He explained that the ministry currently operates 8 programs and it is about to introduce a 9th, focusing on digital health.
We thought that it's important for us to add digital health as the 9th program. Now, we have been doing a number of things already in the ministry, but we want to bring all of it under one umbrella. So, for example, we have telemedicine that we've been doing. We're in about 50 communities. We're adding some more. So by the end of the year, hopefully we can get to about 80 communities. So while we're doing that, we're working very closely with funding from the IDB to develop the electronic health records for patients. And while initially it's going to be for the Georgetown Hospital and its satellite clinics, the idea is whatever we develop there would be expanded to the entire health sector. So hospitals, health centers, health posts, and we develop one system where persons coming into the public health system would be given a unique identifier.
In fact, he said artificial intelligence is already being used to reduce workloads in areas like radiology and dental scanning. Meanwhile, he emphasized the importance of legislation to support this digital transformation. He spoke about the introduction of new laws on telehealth and a Modern Medicine Act.
What we want to do, as I said, is to create an umbrella where everybody can see these connections. And I think it's very important for us to do that because we need to, first of all, improve how we're interfacing with patients. So electronic records can form part of that, but it's not the only thing. We want when patients come to any one of the public health facility that they'll have a better experience. Right now, when people go to any one of our hospitals, I guess it's not unique only to us, but we want to improve that. When people come to the hospitals, they have to wait a long time. And that is compounded because we have paper-based records.
Additionally, he said the ministry plans to introduce an app for patients to manage their appointments, enhancing service delivery and efficiency. Dr. Anthony highlighted the need to shift focus from treating illnesses to maintaining health throughout early screenings, especially for children. Luanda McAllister for the Evening News.
Caribbean law libraries were today urged to increase online access to law text and cases so as to fast-track law research. The call was issued by Senior Legal Advisor at the Attorney General's Chambers and Ministry of Legal Affairs of Guyana, Chevy Devonish. Judicial Sobers has this story.
The 38th Caribbean Association of Law Libraries (CAREL) conference convened after 36 years in Guyana, focusing on innovation, capacity building, and research to serve the modern spectrum excellently. It is themed Legal Research, Capacity Building, and Innovation for Service Excellence. The opening ceremony was held at the Pegasus Hotel in Kingston, Georgetown on Wednesday. Speaking at the ceremony on behalf of the Attorney General Chambers of Guyana was Senior Legal Advisor Chevy Devonish, who contends that law libraries in the region are catalysts for social change and must step up to use technology to provide timely and exemplary service. Underscoring the importance of online access to law libraries, the senior legal advisor urged that investments must be made in digitizing resources.
Legal research produced the Arbitration Acts passed in Trinidad and Tobago last year and in Guyana this year. It is therefore an unassailable fact that legal research is crucial in informing how we build, maintain, and change the societies in which we live. I also want to make it clear that legal research and therefore the resources provided by the law libraries across the Commonwealth Caribbean are not just for attorneys at law, because it is not just attorneys at law who engage in legal research. Law libraries form the basis of those institutions required to help build, maintain, and renovate societies.
Meanwhile, Chancellor of the Judiciary, Justice Janet Cummings Edwards, shared similar sentiments, noting that governments in the region must collaborate with law libraries to spearhead the initiative.
Take advantage of the technology. AI will not replace you. Search engines and tools will just help to make the research faster and simpler. Innovation is the driving force behind the advancement of our research capabilities. And by leveraging technology, we can streamline our processes and enhance our analytical capabilities and provide comprehensive and timely information to support all disciplines.
This year's conference is being held in hybrid form from July 24 to 26, pulling together various principals in the legal fraternity, including the president for the Organization of Commonwealth Caribbean Bar Associations, Donovan Walker. Trishelle Sobers, Evening News.
Coming up, $253 million by Kobe Secondary School to be completed in 6 months, and Guyana a pioneer in developing ecosystem services, says IDB country rep. Do stay with us. More news ahead.
Transitions Light Intelligent Lenses. Pick your color. Choose your style. Available at Optique Vision Care.
Need quality electrical or hardware supplies for domestic, commercial, and industrial usage? Visit SBR Enterprise. We stock a wide variety of tools, transformers, connectors, cables, line hardware, and control products at competitive prices. Check us out for brands such as Square D, Eaton, Fluke, Klein, and 3M. We are located at 45 Brick Dam, Georgetown, or call us on 223-5699, 223-5687, or WhatsApp 639-7193. SBR Enterprise, your single source for quality electrical products.
Love using iBet Supreme? Now is your chance to refer and make money with iBet. Refer your family and friends to iBet, and each new sign-up gets $1,000 in bonus credit, and you will earn $500 cash for each referral. But wait, it gets better. Each time your friends top up their iBet Supreme account, you get 1% cash of the top-up value. So ready to make some money? Visit ibetgamesui.com/refer to get started, or WhatsApp or call 592-608-5065.
Welcome to Jumbo Jet Auto Sales, your premier destination for Sinotruck. Looking for top-of-the-line trucks in Guyana? Look no further than Jumbo Jet Auto Sales, the exclusive dealer for Sinotruck, the leading manufacturer from China, specializing in a wide range of truck models. Sinotruck, setting the standard in Guyana. Sinotruck has already established its dominance in the Guyanese market, surpassing all others with a commitment to South America. Guyana stands as the flagship dealer in the region, providing quality trucks tailored to the demands of the construction and mining industries. Experience unmatched quality. Don't miss the opportunity to enhance your fleet with Sinotruck, designed to meet the rigorous demands of construction and mining sectors in Guyana. Elevate your operations with the reliability and performance of Sinotruck today. Exceptional after-sales support that exceeds your expectations. Count on us for all the spare parts you need to keep your fleet running smoothly. Visit our showrooms. It's located at East Bank, Land of Canaan, Eccles, our head office Georgetown, Ogle, and in Berbice, Chester, and Bushlot to find the perfect addition to your fleet. Jumbo Jet Auto Sales, your trusted partner for superior truck solutions. Don't compromise on quality. Choose Sinotruck at Jumbo Jet Auto Sales and drive success in your construction and mining endeavors.
Welcome back. You're watching the Evening News. The community of Mycobie in Region 8 is set to benefit from the construction of a new secondary school, which will be outfitted with the necessary facilities and equipped to advance the level of education being accessed in the area. Judicial Sobers reports that the pertinent piece of infrastructure is expected to be completed in 6 months' time.
On Tuesday, the sod was turned for the construction of a new secondary school at Mycobie in Region 8. The $253 million contract was awarded to NK Engineering Services, and the project is slated to be completed in 6 months. The new school will be equipped with facilities including chemistry, biology, physics, and information technology laboratories, teachers' quarters, spacious classrooms, and a small library. It will cater to some 150 students and community members, fostering academic growth and enhancing access to quality education in Mycobie. The construction of the school aligns with government's broader socio-economic objectives, aimed at uplifting the region through improved educational opportunities. In fact, the Mycobie Secondary School is just one of several new hinterland secondary schools the Ministry of Education planned to construct this year. These facilities mark a transformative journey, laying the foundation for a brighter future, characterized by accessibility, high-quality education, and enhanced community prosperity. Education Minister Priya Manikchad previously explained that these initiatives are being taken to ensure that teachers and students can thrive regardless of where they are in the country. At this year's National Grade 6 Assessment NGSA, only one student from a hinterland community made it to the top 1% of the country. That student is Zephon Sobers. Trishelle Sobers, Evening News.
Representatives of the legal fraternity across the region gathered in Georgetown for a one-day seminar on ensuring persons living with HIV have fair justice and equality before the law. Kelroy Williams attended the opening ceremony for this event and filed this report.
Members of the legal fraternity in Guyana and Trinidad and Tobago on Tuesday gathered at the Georgetown Marriott Hotel for the National Judges Forum on HIV, Human Rights and the Law. The forum was centered around the pivotal role the judiciary can play in the fight towards ending AIDS by 2030. The one-day seminar was also intended to ensure individuals living with HIV have access to fair justice and equality before the law. In fact, the judicial system's role in the lives of these individuals and other key populations were discussed. Speaking at the opening of the forum was High Court Judge of Trinidad and Tobago, Madam Justice Everson Williams, who highlighted that some legal practitioners ignore the topic of HIV. In this regard, she noted that persons living with HIV must have access to justice like other members of the population.
We have to prepare ourselves that when we are called upon to adjudicate on matters where members of key populations or persons living with HIV, whatever is the dispute, we have to prepare ourselves that we are not moved by history, our religious beliefs, issues of ignorance of scientific issues concerning HIV and AIDS and related matters.
Moreover, Chief Justice of Guyana, Madam Roxanne George, highlighted that these forums are important steps towards implementing new laws.
Forums such as this can be considered as the implementation of measures by the state in fulfillment of our constitutional and international law obligations.
Additionally, Chancellor of the Judiciary of Guyana, Madam Justice Yonet Cummins, spoke about the importance of collaboration.
That intersection between health and the law is critical. If we had remained in our courtrooms or in our chambers, we would not have been any wiser about the information that we have gathered so far today.
The forum set the pace for another meeting slated for later this year, where additional discussions on the role of the judicial system in the prevention of persons living with HIV and other key populations will be discussed. Kelroy Williams, 3 Evening News.
The regional administration in Region 1 recorded a whopping 75% increase in health-related expenses for the year 2019, and officials are attributing this to the influx of migrants in the area. Find out more in this Gerald O'Brien report.
On Monday, Public Accounts Committee PAC member Dr. Vishwa Mahadio questioned increases in medical costs in Region 1 Barima-Waini that were recorded by the Audit Office of Guyana in 2019.
The region requested $75 million, which they returned to the Ministry of Health and Labour. And they subsequently received $134 million, which is about $55 million more than they had projected they would need in the region.
Yeah.
It raises some questions to me. One, did the region requisition for these drugs, or did the ministry just send it to you because they had the drugs to send to you? Because that is important. The second thing is, was there an outbreak? Was there a particular reason why these drugs were needed in the region?
The PAC member further questioned why the region sought drug supplies that were 75% above what had previously been budgeted for. In response, the Region 1 Regional Executive Officer, Ario Suchan, attributed this to the influx of migrants, including remigrants.
I was further advised that we had an influx of remigrant or patient load and increase over the period, and that has caused the increase of pharmaceutical and medical supplies.
When further clarification was sought, however, the Regional Health Officer, Dr. Stephen Sheffern, who was present, could not immediately provide such. Sheffern explained that while he could not say exactly what drove the increase in medical care at the time, equal medical services provided to both Guyanese and migrants. Indeed, at the time, back in 2019, Guyana and particularly Region 1 had seen an influx of migrants and remigrants from neighboring Venezuela amid the social and political crisis in that country. Gerald O'Brien, The Evening News.
Lauding the pioneering role that Guyana has played in developing ecosystem services, such as the sale of carbon credits, Inter-American Development Bank country representative Lorena Solorzano Salazar has described the country as the place to be as it continues to build a sustainable economic model. Here is Gerald Bryan again with the details.
During a recent interview on the Energy Perspectives podcast, IDB country representative Lorena Solorzano Salazar described Guyana as a pioneer when it comes to developing eco-services. This includes the sale of carbon credits, allowing Guyana to extract value from its forests without the effects of deforestation, while at the same time providing a valuable service to the world.
In the case of Guyana, Guyana has been a pioneer in using the efforts that Guyana has done to preserve the forest, to preserve the country, right? And very aware of climate change and the impact that has in the world. So I would say that is a good market that is expanded over the years. More people is more aware of the impacts of climate. But also, there is also a lot of interest in the decarbonization around the world. So having these mechanisms allows the country also to offer a market to support the decarbonization of the more developed countries that doesn't have forests or doesn't have wetlands.
She noted that Guyana is one of the first to monetize its standing forests, initially in partnership with Norway and now as part of the volunteer market. According to the IDB rep, Guyana deserves much credit for how it has set out creating a sustainable economic model. She also spoke of how the bank itself can contribute, not just through lending, but also through the technical knowledge and experience it brings to the table.
In a way, Guyana is the place to be in this region. So I will say it has a growth and an appetite to expand. There are new businesses that are being developed. But also, in our case, we acknowledge that we have experience in other jurisdictions, and that's what we bring on board. We are not just the lending and the credit rating, but we also bring to the table as a partner knowledge. And even if you're not ready, we can support you as an investor to be ready.
In 2022, Guyana signed a contract with Hess Corp, which will see the nation earning US $750 million for 30% of its forests within 10 years. In Guyana's agreement, a rate of US $15 per ton of carbon was secured, and so far, 15%, $4.7 billion, was allocated towards Amerindian development. Jarrell Bryan, The Evening News.
And now for a look at the bridge reports.
The Demerara Harbour Bridge will be closed to vehicular traffic on Thursday, July 25, 2024 at 4 hours for a period of 1.5 hours. Meanwhile, the Berbice River Bridge is scheduled to be closed to vehicular traffic at 7 hours 5 on Thursday, July 25, 2024, also for 1.5 hours.
Multi-eager for return in third test and 9-member boxing team for OECS Boxing Championship. Details of these stories and more coming up in the Sportcast, sponsored by MacCorp.
Miners, welders, and contractors. Have broken parts caused you tremendous downtime? Do you need an extra heavy-duty, dependable welding machine that will get the toughest jobs done and can also double as a generator to power all of your tools? Well, your #1 industrial solutions provider Sylvies has you covered. We currently have in stock the Hobart Champion Elite Arc Welder and Generator. This capable electric start generator produces up to 11,000 watts of AC power to run tools, work lights, or backup power during an outage. It can simultaneously deliver 150 amps weld output and 8,000 watts of generator power and can run up to 14 hours on one 12-gallon tank of gas. This portable generator handles mild steel, stainless steel, and cast iron with a maximum thickness of ½ inch in a single pass. So what are you waiting for? If you can't make it our 31 High and Hatfield Streets Georgetown location, we can deliver. Give us a call on 227-6226 or WhatsApp us on 623-7755 or visit our website sylviesonline.com. Sylvies Industrial Solution, proudly serving Guyana for over 4 decades.
Need quality electrical or hardware supplies for domestic, commercial, and industrial usage? Visit SPR Enterprise. We stock a wide variety of tools, transformers, connectors, cables, line hardware, and control products at competitive prices. Check us out for brands such as Square D, Eaton, Fluke, Klein, and 3M. We are located at 45 Brick Dam, Georgetown, or call us on 223-5699, 223-5687, or WhatsApp 639-7193. SPR Enterprise, your single source for quality electrical products.
Did you know Guyana Super 95 gasoline has an octane rating of 95, the highest rating available in Guyana? This premium fuel is known to enhance the performance of your engine, making it run smoother and more efficiently, leading to better fuel economy and improved performance. Choose Super 95 for more mileage and better overall performance.
Love using iBet Supreme? Now is your chance to refer and make money with iBet. Refer your family and friends to iBet, and each new sign-up gets $1,000 in bonus credit, and you will earn $500 cash for each referral. But wait, it gets better. Each time your friends top up their iBet Supreme account, you get 1% cash of the top-up value. So ready to make some money? Visit ibetgamesui.com/refer to get started, or WhatsApp or call 592-608-5065.
Need quality electrical or hardware supplies for domestic, commercial, and industrial usage? Visit SPR Enterprise. We stock a wide variety of tools, transformers, connectors, cables, line hardware, and control products at competitive prices. Check us out for brands such as Square D, Eaton, Fluke, Klein, and 3M. We are located at 45 Brick Dam, Georgetown, or call us on 223-5699, 223-5687, or WhatsApp 639-7193. SPR Enterprise, your single source for quality electrical products. Looking to bring your dream home to reality? Or simply taking on a home improvement project? Then National Hardware Limited is where you should start. Let us put that touch to your home. Choose from over 1,000 Berger Paint original hues for any surface. We are known for our trusted brands such as Westinghouse, Philips, Sadco, Rubbermaid, Pyrex, Gibson Home, and so much more. National Hardware Limited, your do-it-best store. Located in downtown Georgetown and